Okay, so there it's painted, we've bolted onto it. The CDI reg rack. This plugs into the engine, then there's another wire that comes up, goes up through there. The starter motor lead comes up through there, starter motor lead goes to there. Reg rack wire plugs into here. This goes to the battery. That one there ends up going around to the fuse box, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. But so essentially the whole point of it is that everything's mounted, and there's the battery in there. Now whether that fits in the hole or not over there is another matter. In fact, feeling, and it's hard enough trying to do it with two hands, let alone with one. We'll have a go. Oh, with nothing bolted to it. I mean, yeah, this ain't going to work, is it? Hold on. Well, I don't think it's going to go in there because of the stuff bolted on the bottom. That's not likely to happen. But, hey ho, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And in fact, no, it went. But that's okay, because I can take the mudguard off, slide it in from the back. It's just that you'll know that in a future episode you'll have the entertainment value of watching me put the mudguard in and forgetting to put this in. Hurrah! Right, well there we go. That's pretty much it really. I'm going to take the thing apart now. Right, so with all the electric bits mounted and the side panels roughly sorted out, next thing I do is take it all apart and finish welding the frame up. At which point I can think about a couple more things. Footrests is about it. Shaving a couple of brackets off at the front. Think about routing the wires through the frame. And at that point I can start painting the frame and then sticking it all back together. So in my head I was just going to whip this apart and weld the frame up, but I'm about to get a hacksaw blade with a rag around it and saw through that stud. Now I'm trying to work that collar backwards and forwards, snap the other one off because I can't get the hacksaw blade in there. That was how to get this one off, was working it backwards and forwards. That was the one which was uber bodged. So if I can get this one off, there's only one more to go, and that's just stuck on there. Which will that's like really it's taken me most of the day to get 1.5 exhaust rings off. I don't want to sort the exhaust out because then I'll be into making another one. It's just not. I'm supposed to cut it up and weld it back together. No, I still got to get it out. Hurrah! 3 down, 1 to go. Right, that's probably enough for that. Well, so unbelievably, that one that you can't see because it's all too dark in there. Right, I'm having trouble seeing what's going on there, so don't think it's just you. Came off. So that was the least hassle of all of them. Typical, last one's easiest. Right, rest of it now. I need to get the drive shaft out because the drive shaft is attached to the back of the engine. You've got the final drive here, the bevel box at the front, and in there, oh you probably can't really see that, is the screw for the boot that covers everything up. So the question is, how do we get it apart? Having had a bit of a think about it, concluded that basically I can always replace that with a cable tie or two. So that is going to meet my friend Big Ed. Oh, I hit my shoe. And just get brutalised out of that. There we go, engine's loose anyway. This is surprisingly stubborn. I don't want to knacker the rubber boot, that's the main thing. There's going to be a bit of a theme with this, because as much what I had to do with exhaust. There it went. Studs. You'd have to say that was probably a bit rotten anyway. Right, so the upshot of that is, in theory we can get in there now, because this has got tabs on it and that'll pull off of there. There we go. And if you roll it forwards, you can see, you can't see sod all really. There you go. Right. Right, quick clean my hands and we'll have a quick look at that. Okay, this is the rubber boot there. If we get the rubber boot back out of the way, see that metal collar underneath it. If I turn the back wheel on my foot, you should be able to see that's turning. And there he is. See that teeny little hole? There's a pin in there that holds it onto the back of the engine. That's what we need to get out. So we're going to find a little drift now. Right, let's have these tools out of there. Now, I've still got. Fucking hell, where's that come from? Alright, that's the bolts of the oil cooler. So we'll put them down there as well. So we better take the oil cooler off, obviously, because you don't want to rip it off while you're taking it out. One stud left at the bottom. Now, is everything disconnected? Oh look, lunchtime. So I'm going to collect that stud and I'm going to eat my lunch. Before I do that, you can see how nasty that is. So that coming out like that was actually quite lucky, because a lot of this Kawasaki rubber mounted stuff, I've had issues where the fixing has been rotted right into the rubber mount. It all gets extensive at that point. Extensively painful on the wallet. Right, lunchtime. Right, so that's me fed. Now this has got to come out of the frame. And it wants to go out that side. So as you stood over it, picking it up, it wants to go out to the right. So, yeah, it's not the heaviest engine in the world, but it's not exactly a flyweight. So what I need is a block of something to put over that side, so I don't have to take it out and put it on the floor, because that would be too far. So I'm going to have a look for a suitable block at the moment. Right, well, let's see how freaking weeble I have become these days. Because once upon a time I'm going to lift this out of here without making too much fuss about it, but these days, when am I going to get hold of it? There. That's nice. Oh. I think we're still caught up on that drive shaft. Oh! Nope. So what are we hanging up on then? No idea. Attempt number 2. Ah! Could be that. That being side stand switch that we don't want, need, or care about. What the fuck, I made a clanging noise. I made a clanging noise. Right, attempt number 3. So there you go. That's how that happens. Several deep breaths there. Don't forget it's got no real will in it. Ah. Okay, well, that'll be enough of that for now. Take the square arm out, take the forks off, and then we can lose the. So carry on now. I'm sorry about the bad camera work, but it's quite a lot of effort, you know. Yeah. No, I think I'm going to brush paint this because I've got no money. So there's going to be some cleaning up to do. Alright, well, there we go. Okay, so you can see that I probably wasn't exaggerating when I said it was quite a nasty old rotten old frame. Most of that's on the surface, so we won't have to worry about that in Julie. For those of you that are wondering why I bothered shimming up level when I put it on the main stand, that might answer your question. And there's all this down here that we've welded it, I've welded in, because you didn't have anything to do with it. That I've welded in. It's finishing off underneath. The tank mounts need finishing from underneath. Coil mounts need finishing from underneath. The top tube needs welding to the steering head. I'm beginning to think I might just cut that out and have a go at putting something nicer in there. Excuse me, because that'd probably be easier. Always laminated up stuff. It's just a corrosion trap. So I've got to get that cleaned up, and we'll probably see some frame cleaning and fettling and welding going on shortly. Well, I say shortly, for certain open-ended values of the word shortly. Right. Okay, so this is it outside. You can see there's a couple of patches welded on there. So that when it comes up like that, stops it from going too far forwards. So that's been got at. This is like knackered anyway, so let's just chop those off, I think. That's a little bit concerning. It's a bit weird because it's not the side with the side stand on it. Yeah, well, it is the side of the frame with the side stand on it. And as you see, it's just horrendous. So, I'm gonna get me grinder out, chop that off, and then chop myself too, because you don't need a side stand thing on it. And then I asked myself, do I want to weld it up first and degrease it afterwards, or degrease it first and weld it afterwards? Good question. This and many others will become apparent later. In the next instalment, removing the swinging arm. Well, I don't know who needs to know this, but normally swinging arm's mounted on a spindle that goes all the way through the frame clearly. Let's get around the outside where it will become clear. Since the drive shaft goes down that hole there, which I can't get myself that hole there, then the shaft can't go through. So basically it's on a pin from either end, and the pins are retained by Allen bolts which are behind these plastic covers. So we'll just pry that off, and there's the thingy. And I'll go unbelievably go around the other side and pry that one off. And there's the other one. Right, I'm going to find some tools now. See you in a bit. Jesus. Loads of stuff anyway. Probably want to check in the manual with this, find out what the installation procedure is, because there's a certain amount of wiggle they'll do in there, and that adjusts it out. They look identical though. Let's go and put them in the box. There we go. Mr. Big Hammer. Whew. Didn't want that. It's just got enough manliness left in it for that. Oh, we don't want bloody switch either, do we? Voila, as I no longer say in France. Right. Suppose those could take a holiday because that ain't happening anymore. I end up lobbing that whole thing off, aren't I? Oh, that's a bit of a disappointment. Seem to have some severe corrosion in the frame here. So what I'm probably going to do is when it stopped raining and now next time I'm here, I think I'll clean the whole bloody thing up and have a look. And then if that's the only bit, we'll repair it. If there's nothing else major, we'll repair it anyway. But yeah, it's a bit good, isn't it? Ow! I suppose you could do that like that. I might know for another frame actually, which might make life easier. Anyway, something radical in the way of frame repair coming up in the not too distant future, hopefully. Right, so I've improved it. Even a struggling old git like me can take an engine out of a frame without too much effort. I'm going to go home and have a rest. So if that's the end of this video, you take care and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye, au revoir.